what a good. I'm looking at the stats on the great shields and shit because I want to upgrade one of them, but I
Right.
want to make sure I'm trying to see if I can get a little bit lighter one than I have right now. Oh
All
yeah, I
right.
don't have to take all my armor off. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, and I don't have to fuck up my build too much. It's all good.
No worries. But yeah, we are live though. We have been live for like the last minute.
Oh sweet.
Yeah, no
That's what's
worries.
awesome about this game, dude. It's like I'm realizing like I need to kind of tweak my shit. The whole game I was like steamrolling, and now I got to this bitch Millennia or whatever,
Right.
and Millennia, and it's making me switch my build up. Like I have to incorporate different things. I'm trying out different things. I'm like, can I apply this to my weapon? That like shield. I couldn't get around that stupid move. It would like kill me instantly almost. So I'm like, all right, I gotta try shields, right? So it was working. I was doing the shield. I blocked that move. I almost had her last time, dude. I was kind of distracted, but I feel like I'm onto some shit. So now I'm just gonna see if I can just optimize a little bit better and like still incorporate a shield with the halberd. And I just have to like mix it up good. Like, I could try a different weapon, but honestly, dude, I always go back to halberd, no matter what. It's all about halberds for me. I don't know what it is. The Souls games, dude.
Right. Right.
It's
Right.
just the perfect move set for me. It closes the gap, gives me space, is quick enough, has a good versatile move set, swipes either way. Fucking halberds are amazing, dude. I think they're underrated. Just how versatile they are.
To how versatile they are.
You don't see people go on like high ranking halberds in these games. You don't see like halberd builds. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I don't know. Like you don't hear about them nerfing halberds. You know what I mean? It's like all right.
Well,
I think they're
it's
great.
probably because of the fact that it's probably like one of the least used weapons in the game, that they don't see it as being a valuable
Yeah.
fucking asset. You know what I mean?
A lot of people, not many people use halberds. It's weird. But I mean that's just my style, right? And
Right.
that's
Right. Right.
that's what I love about this game. It lets you play the game the way you want to play it. Like and it gives you that fucking amazing world to do it in. Like, a world that's beyond any other world we've experienced yet.
Careful, man. You might actually fucking trigger some bitches, yo. Because you know how
Prove
people
me
are.
wrong.
You know how
I'm gonna
people are
put
about
up
that game, dude.
I'm gonna put up a stand and I'm gonna say, prove me wrong.
Oh
I'm
god.
putting up the stand right now. I'm building my stand.
To prove you wrong
And
on
I
what?
stand by.
That Elden Ring is a perfect game.
No, I never said that.
Oh
I'm
shit.
talking about there's this world is beyond any other world that we've played in a game. It does more than other games do. It tackles so many different things in its open world. It's just good on so many levels.
Okay. Okay.
And I can
I
I can
definitely can't
explain those
disagree with you on
levels.
that, because I've already expressed my opinion about Elden Ring like several times on this channel, dude. And even to this day, I'll still
Right.
repeat it. I mean, a game is really good when people are still talking about it weeks after launch, let alone a whole month. You know what I mean? That's how you know that the game is that
Because
fucking good, people.
not only that, they're still playing it because they're
Oh
still
yeah,
discovering all
facts.
these new
Yeah.
things
Yep.
and they're still optimizing or even like
What's
yeah,
up,
there's
Bree?
always going to be people that rush through it. There's always people that like to rush through games instead of enjoying them, but if you take the time with this game, you're so rewarded. Like and the world it's
Yeah, the
this
world
world
building
is
is
out of
fucking
this world.
insane. Yeah, the world building in that game is insane. Like, I love the fact that like 1 minute you'll be looking off of a cliff and you can see a bunch of shit in the distance, and then like 40 minutes later you end up fucking going to a cave, and the next thing you know you end up on the other side of what you were looking at like fucking 40 minutes prior.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you for
that's the
reminding me.
shit
I
that
forgot
makes
about that.
that's the shit
When
that
you look
makes
back
like, I mean,
over,
don't get me wrong, like the Souls games have always done that, where like they've always had like places that
oh
always
yeah,
connect to
yeah,
each
yeah,
other. Like
true.
Bloodborne did it extremely fucking well. But the fact that they still managed to do that in a giant
In an
open world
open
setting,
world,
yeah, is
yes.
fucking
In
amazing, dude.
every area
Yeah, every area
has
feels that way.
something
Yeah.
Every area has something super significant all the shit in it is good. You're gonna end up mixing different builds and incorporating all it. Like every freaking weapon and shield I have feels like it's useful.
Right.
That's the crazy thing. All the shit that you get is useful. Whether you use it or not, it could be useful if you wanted to test it out. Like they're all unique. And you can the way that they work with your builds, they're all unique enough that it'll add something unique to your build. Like it sounds like I'm like embellishing on that shit, but the thing is, it really does, dude. Like if you, because they all have different factors to them, whether it's their weight, their even their move sets, the speed. They're all so unique. All these weapons, it's insane. I kind of wish that there was more like different types of weapons, though. Like there are some, but I wish
Right.
there was more. Holy shit! And how that incorporates into like a world that makes you feel threatened all the time, a lot of the time, and then badass in other times. Like it mixes it up for you.
Right.
It keeps you on your toes, but it also keeps you feeling like a badass, if you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense. And again, like I said, like fucking, I went through it. You know, I put like over 150 hours into that motherfucker, dude. Trust me, like that game is really fucking good. And I'm definitely going to be doing multiple playthroughs of it, man. It's just, I like after I beat
Right.
it, I had to take a little bit of a break, man, because I was just coming off of fucking Horizon Forbidden West. I beat that, I burned through that game, and then going through fucking Elden Ring, and then doing the hospital shit, and then coming out of that kind of like made me kind of like wanted to take a break from open world for a while.
But this world, it has so much to it and so much mystery attached and the
Right.
lore, like the feeling you get as you go through it, it feels like a real place, like
Facts.
it was dreamed up,
Well, that's what
like some
makes your
shit that you're
world.
reading in a book.
Yeah, that's what makes you want to go through another like through another playthrough, man. Is the fact like when you have an interesting world, whether it's linear or if it's open, doesn't matter. Fucking like that's what makes the Soul games and Bloodborne and all that shit like that highly recommended to a lot of people because of the actual world building and everything like that, and everything you learn about that game as you go
Yeah.
through it.
Like I'll say this about a good thing about Horizon. Now, there's a lot of fucking way too much fucking blank space in Horizon, but the world itself is pretty amazing. Like the way
Right.
it was designed, it's just it has a nice like it does have a lot of creativity to it, right?
Right.
This creativity is a little different. It feels more to me like it's something that somebody like basically you would imagine in a storyline, like in a book, something like that, right?
Yeah, it plays out
Like
like a
something you
visual
dream up.
novel, like a fantasy world novel. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I'll have the lore
Because of
all
how
like
every
works.
place and every area feels so connected. You know, because like every place that you're gonna go to, whether it be Volcano Manor or fucking like you know the like the Troll Mountains and shit like that, dude. Like you're always guaranteed to get
It's,
some form of different, unique lore behind it.
and at the same time, it ties all those things together because
Right.
everything. Not only does it intertwine in how you get from place to place, but also like uh, NPCs. If you start going through the storylines, that's what I've been doing because I don't want to progress to that lighting the shit,
Right.
and because like I want to get if the shit's gonna change the world. I want to get everything I can, right? So oops, I might have spoiled, but I don't think I spoiled because I don't even know. I'm avoiding spoilers, dude. But at the same time, I want to like I had to look up some quests because it's like this shit's a little too cryptic. I wish it was less cryptic, but going through them is fucking dope. Like the NPCs are very cool. They're unique, like they're memorable, man. And they also there's different ones in different areas that their stories like kind of coincide. So it does bring the different areas together in a certain way. Kind of hard to explain that shit, but I'm not the best at explaining shit, especially when I'm stoned. But just fuck, man. This game is to me like this is gonna be one of my. I know it's still honeymoon period, but this is gonna be one of my favorite games of all time, easily. And I know that because I know how Souls games age for me. I always tend to go back to them time to time. 'Cause again, the world is just fun and interesting to visit.
Right. And there's
Not like
and
you're
yeah,
just not one and done.
well, exactly, man. And again, like a lot of people say, like, oh, open world games are designed for you to replay them and go through them again and shit like that. And some games, a lot of them are, yeah, but a lot of them are
This
like
one-
a bore fest to go through again because you're just going through it
Yes.
either like finish your
You're going
doing
through the
clean up and
motions.
shit. Yeah, yeah.
It's the same tedious bullshit that you're doing. This one is unique every time you go through it.
Yeah.
You can go do so many different builds. Like you've seen how many times
Oh,
people
dude, there's
play
so
Dark
many
Souls and shit.
fucking builds, man, for every Souls game, dude. It's
And this
fucking
game for
disgusting,
sure,
man.
It is, man. It is what it is.
So what game we talking about?
We're not talking about a game.
Elden.
Actually, yeah,
Elden
we are.
Souls.
But
What's
we're,
up, bud?
what up there, Desert, man?
Is that
By the way,
Desert?
we're also live too as well, Desert, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
You are welcome to stay if you like.
Yeah, of course,
Okay,
man.
cool.
Of course.
You'll be a good contribution for sure.
Okay.
You know your games, bud. So
I mean, I've been playing for over 30 years, so.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Yeah, you played the old school shit.
Yo, it's funny. I'm glad that you said that too, man, because there's a lot of people out there that are in that age bracket that's been around that long, dude. But when you ask them questions, not you, Desert, because I know you very well and I've known you for a long time, but there's other people who I've met that are in that similar age bracket, right? And that claim to be like this old school gamer and all that crap like that. But yet the moment you start asking them questions about retro shit, man, it's like they draw blanks. It's like, okay, cool. Like, you could have been around during that time period, man, but that does not mean that you really fucked with gaming until you got to an earlier fucking
I find that
earlier
people
time
that
in life.
push I find that people that push the age narrative, like they say, I've been around way longer than you, so I'm more of a, like when they use that as ammunition, those are
Right.
the same people that haven't even been playing games all that time. Like
Yeah, exactly. No, see,
ever
like
noticed that?
I can say that, but
Otherwise,
I
they'd
can
say what they're
easily
saying.
back that up, though. I can easily black that
Otherwise,
up. man.
they'd say they'd be telling you what they've done lately. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's always how that
Be done
conversation
later.
goes. Yeah, that's always like, listen, like, it's cool, man, if you didn't really game that very hardcore wise, man, back in the day, dude. Like, nothing wrong with that. Remember, that was during a time period where most people were fucking looked down upon fucking
Right.
gaming, man. Not to the way it is today.
I mean, in my high school years, I was still a gamer, and I still loved games, especially certain games. But I stayed up playing fucking, even at like the party house, I was up playing Mortal Kombat all nighters and shit like that.
Yeah, man.
But like,
What's up, Brett?
I'm just saying, like during my high school years, I definitely wasn't as avid a gamer because I was doing other shit like partying. I actually had, not to be like Black Bond or some shit, but I actually had a life. Nowadays, not really, man.
Oh, I mean, it's
Between
it's
my
like,
feet and COVID.
like, I don't understand.
Fuck.
Like, people don't need to lie about their fucking gaming history, dude. Like, I'm not gonna shun you for it.
Yeah.
Like, because every
I-
time, like, when I meet new people, I always ask that question, and sometimes people feel like they feel threatened by me asking that question. It's like, no, I just want to know you better as a gamer from a gamer standpoint, so I know where your knowledge of gaming lies. You know what I mean?
Like,
That kind
people
of
are
shit.
so afraid of not being like fucking Mr. Hardcore or not being fucking wrong. Like everyone's so afraid of being like it's okay, man. It's okay. You don't have to prove anything. Like
Well, yeah,
you're
that's
just
what I'm
afraid of
saying.
talking
Label,
about
like-
being-
Go ahead,
They're,
Desert.
they're afraid of being labeled a casual gamer if you don't lie and say you're a hardcore gamer that's been gaming since the 80s, that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, but again, see, like, I've always believed that the term hardcore and fucking casual, dude, were how long or how much time you play games often compared to how many games that you play fucking just like from time to time. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause that's how I was born. Like, that's how I was raised on gaming when I was
Yes.
coming up.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just unless it's just one game, because then you're just a
Right.
hardcore
No,
of
no,
that
well,
game.
yeah,
And
that's
you're
what
not
I'm
a
saying.
hardcore gamer, you're just a hardcore of that
See,
game.
that's why I don't label people as hardcore gamers or casual gamers, because I don't know what type of games that they're playing at a hardcore level or what games they're playing at a casual level. You know what I mean? Like, when I hear people say, like, when that whole entire fucking definition, like, drastically altered for me and, like, was, like, during the 360 era when Call of Duty was popping, Everybody was like, "Oh man, you're a hardcore gamer if you put fucking 500 hours in the fucking cockadookie." And it's like, what the fuck? And then it grew into like this fucking paraphrase, dude, that literally
You know
makes
what?
no fucking sense.
I'm a hardcore JRPG fan. That's what I'll say. And I'll say this, like, with fucking as far as like my games, as far as the
What up,
games that
Stardust?
I play, I play casually. I play as a casual level. Like, don't get it twisted. I'll still get like some hard platinums. I'll go for them, but that's like games that I love, right? I'm not.
But
I don't go
okay,
for
so
easy
let me ask you this
platinums.
question,
I go
Flo.
for platinums on games that I
Let
love.
me ask you this question. On average per day, or like any given day, when you pop into JRPG and you play that shit, on average, how many hours do you spend per day playing that shit? Or per session? I'll say per session. Because that overpowers like how many days, because some days
Pretty
you don't.
much when I get home,
Right?
and then I, in between eating and jerking off or whatever, right? Like, pretty
So
much,
you would say on average like fucking 4 to 6 hours, depending on if you're falling on a weekday or a weekend, I'm assuming.
I guess, yeah, I guess about 4
Okay, so
hours a
I look
day.
at that and I perceive that from my perspective that you're playing that game at a hardcore level. You're not playing it casually. Casually would be like
But
you play the game for
here's how
like
I-
fucking 20 to 30 minutes or an hour like
I mean,
like
no,
per
and
day.
you could perceive it that like it could easily be perceived that way, but
Right.
the way I'm looking at it is that I'm not like mastering these games. You know what I mean? I'm
Neither am I.
optimizing, but I'm not mastering them. So like, I guess you could be like hardcore casual. These fucking terms.
I
man.
mean,
I
that's
don't
what
know.
I'm saying. Like these terms are all over the fucking place. Like, I
Yeah,
don't even know what term to
everything
even
is,
fucking
though.
believe anymore.
I don't know anything.
Like what
Anymore.
what really did it for me, and like the final straw for me where I was like, okay, this needs to stop, was when so many people were telling me that the terminology of console exclusive no longer exists because fucking PC
Yeah, that
is
one
now in
was
its
funny.
prime.
That one was funny.
And whatever the case would be, I'm like, look, motherfucker, if a definition's been part of the goddamn gaming industry for fucking decades upon decades, generation after generation, that's not going to change. Because PC is not a console and console's not a PC. They're two different markets. They got also fucking two different sides of people that won't play on consoles or will own both. You know what I mean? And then they'll play where they want to play. Well, yes, the game is a multi-platform, but since PC is strictly not a console and it's an entirely different market base, that's why the term console is in front of the word exclusive. Because here's the thing. If you are only a console gamer, you cannot play that on the Switch. You can't play it on the Xbox. You can only play it on one specific fucking goddamn console. Period. That's why that term still exists.
Here's a funny one. Quality. People always say, this game is more quality than that one.
Facts.
And then I ask, like, what do you mean like, what actually fucking qualifies something as being quality?
That's
What
where
are
that's
you
why the term
referring to?
quality is very subjective.
And vague.
Well,
Nobody
no,
explains-
it is.
Nobody explains what they
exactly.
mean
Nobody can
by it.
explain it. Nobody can explain what they think. Like, okay, a lot of people are not going to look at a game like Civilization, right, and say that that's a quality game. They're going to take one look at how it looks, one look at how it plays, and automatically assume that that's a fucking bargain bin pile of shit, right? That's going to be no. I'm being serious because like that's what the average consumer is going to look at it. You know, that kind of shit like that. A lot of the ongoing audience nowadays and like some of the hardcore gamers that have been around for decades fucking fall into this deep fucking trap where they think that, oh, if a game looks a specific way, man, that every fucking game needs to look that way in order to match that fucking quality of game. That's not how that works. That still is a form of quality, but that's at that point, you're adding stuff in to make your own definition of what quality is at that fucking point.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it still is a quality product, but there's other games out there that are definitely that high of quality too as well. It could be from indie to middle market to AAA, doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Quality is subjective in that kind of fashion. And there's nobody can change my mind on that, dude. I'm sorry. Because that's just the way quality is. Go look at the definition of quality. Read what it says. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But in the gaming world, we tend to have this notion that that quality can only be and look a certain way. No. Again, no. Stop putting your own narrative twist into a word and putting it behind the word to make it fucking stand out to you because that's what you feel that games are supposed to be like, but yet ignoring the actual premium definition of what the term actually fucking means. I hate that shit.
My definition of a quality game is a game that's not broken, that actually lets you play it, and doesn't have all these bugs. Like millions and millions of bugs happening. Like it's not stopping, it's not slowing you down. It actually works.
Right. Now, see, if we actually base it completely on like that, on how a game launches, which is absolutely correct, by the way, then a good majority of these fucking games that launch, like mainly from AAA narrative standpoint, dude, is usually always fucking coming out broken or missing fucking a lot of shit. All the fucking time. And that goes for everybody, Xbox included. You know what I mean?
For Elden Ring included, almost every game nowadays when it comes out, but some definitely way more than others.
Right. But again, like, fucking, does that fucking, like, completely register as the fact that, like, oh, the quality for this game is, like, it sucks, it's bad? Maybe at the launch, but as soon as those fucking things get fucking fixed, which Elden Ring did, it doesn't ruin the aspect that the game is still a quality fucking title. It just had a few minor setbacks, man. That's all it did.
Mm-hmm. And that to me, here's the thing. I can kind of throw that argument off a little bit though, because it may be, if you're gonna go with like that may be relevant. Okay, that's a good point. If something could be considered quality if it's not broken, but that quality can change pretty quickly when it comes to broken games. Like,
oh yeah,
does that mean that? So like that's like more like temporary quality in a way, because that's going to change within a couple of weeks. All of a sudden, the game's going to be quality in a couple of weeks.
So speaking of that, let me ask you a question then. From No Man's Sky at launch to what it is now, would you consider No Man's Sky to be a quality game today, or would you still consider No Man's Sky to be a quality game even at launch when it was missing so much shit?
You got me there. Okay, I guess off the top of my head, that just reinforces the whole using quality as an argument.
See, but here's the thing though. No, here's the thing though. Yes, the game has always been a quality fucking game from launch because it's the same fucking game. Nothing's changed outside from updates. That's all that's changed. That made the game get better and better as time went on.
It is quality in a lot of different regards. I'll give it that.
Okay, even if you were to ignore and take out all the benefactors, right? All the stuff that Sean said and that he lied about, whatever the fucking case may be, yada crap, right?
Which he didn't fully, he barely did at all.
Yeah, I know, but don't let the audience fucking hear that shit because they'll fucking go ballistic over that. But here's the interesting thing, right? What pulled me into that game, dude, was the fact that the exploration was fucking fun. But not only that, though, too, as well, man. The dude that wrote the comics for fucking Watchmen fucking did the actual lore behind No Man's Sky. And the lore behind No Man's Sky, learning what all these factions were, learning their history of the faction, why the faction is designed that way, especially if you go into, like, deep into the Gek, like, fucking lore. Shit's fucking nuts. So well written. So well written, man, to see what all these three fucking factions were like in their history and shit, dude. I kind of feel bad for the Corvix, dude. Because the Corvix was technically a slaved fucking race from the Gek. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, the Vikings were the ones that were trying to fight off that war side because the Gek were getting too big because they reproduced too quickly. So they were starting to overgrow the fucking the galaxy.
It's funny how people completely missed the part where he said, this was a template, and this is what we want to achieve over time. It's a dream.
Well, that interview literally came out 24 hours before the actual game dropped, so not a lot of people saw that interview where he literally said it was going to launch as a blank canvas, and then they were going to be added to it over the years.
He alluded to those things before in the interviews. He said, this is something I want to build up over time, like that kind of shit. That's what I'm saying.
And guess what?
Pretty much explained all that shit, but people just didn't want to see that. They just
and take this, Wolflo, right?
Convenient clips of shit.
No Man's Sky is back on sale on Steam again, fucking until the 21st of April. So more likely that game is getting prepped for fucking the next big update.
The next big update,
because they always put that motherfucker on sale 3 weeks before a big update.
But there's still going to be a certain type of audience for that game. I mean, like,
Oh yeah, and I'm so glad to
because
still be
it's
part
so
of that audience.
robust.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
people don't want to put in all that effort to get into the game, right?
It's a real shame that one of my favorite YouTubers that was actually a very like a advocate like I was for No Man's Sky at launch, man, is now a fucking Star Citizen player, dedicated Star
Right.
Citizen. Like he doesn't even play No Man's Sky anymore, man, which is kind of sad. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, fucking, he's obsessed with Star Citizen, man. I've been watching a lot of his streams, dude, man. Star Citizen's definitely come a long way. And I can tell you one thing right now, that a lot of that money is going to the game and it's not going to other bullshit. Like, he showed me so much fucking crap that you can do in that game. It's fucking retarded. Fucking retarded. But each their own, I guess, man.
Citizen, right?
Yeah, so I want to actually read this live. I have not read through this yet. So 343 came out with the second part of their Season 1 Outcomes Report. And this one is dedicated to everything else that wasn't touched on in the first blog. The first blog was mainly like the balance stuff, the lag, the weapons, and what's coming into Season 2. As far as content goes, which is still fucking horse shit. However, though, the one that intrigued me the most was the follow-up blog that they said that they were going to put out now for the following week, or I forget what day it was. But that was going to be covering like the MTXs, the shop, the season pass, or the battle pass for free, and all the cosmetics, stuff like that, and customization shit. So, let me just go ahead and like just read this off real quick. So, the shop bundles will have more consistent value across different offerings. I kind of like that for people that, because right now like the MTX store is kind of fucked right now, so they definitely have to like work on that for a little while and shit. But it is what it is. Battle pass and progression. Season 2's free fucking track will have more customization content than Season 1. I'm fucking, thank God they're doing that, because Season 1's Battle Pass was complete and utter fucking dog shit for the free players, man. We barely got anything fucking remotely good, and all we mainly got was fucking challenge swamps the entire time, dude, man. Fucking horse shit. And I'm sorry, I'm not paying for your fucking Battle Pass, bro, if I don't see your Battle Pass being worth it for me. And to be fair, for Halo, I don't give a shit about cosmetics, so I'm not going to bother wasting my time. But at least on the fucking free side, though, man, at least give us something that's better than fucking challenge swamps every goddamn other level, man. Fucking retarded. Players will now be able to earn fucking 1,000 fucking credits in the Season 2 Premium Battle Pass, which is actually pretty nice. So that's pretty much basically, what, 1,000, I think is like, what, $10 worth of fucking of like, premium currency. So you can kind of like just leave it up there and let it like stack it throughout like seasons and shit if you want to.
343's got to hire Sean Murray.
Right. What's up, VGL? How you doing, buddy?
He doesn't want to work there.
Right. Weekly challenges will see continued improvements. I hope so. Ultimate rewards will be a higher value cosmetics, such as visors, coating, and stances, and no longer have emblems or backdrops throughout the course of the season. That is a very, very good thing, because fucking it wasn't even worth completing your fucking your weekly challenges, because the actual reward that you gave, that like they gave you and shit, dude, was fucking horrible. Fucking horrible. So I'm glad they're addressing that. Theater and observer mode, fucking I don't give a shit about that. Customization. Feedback. Players want to be able to use customized content across different cores. Cross-core customization. Players want items that make up a kit to be able to be used individually. Many would like to use multiple attachments on their vehicles, weapons, and Spartans. That probably won't ever happen, but we'll see. Desired for more higher value customization content through free methods. Watchdog and Red Shift armor coatings do not look like what was shown in 2020. So these are basically like the feedback things, and then like the dev comes in and talks about it and shit. But I'm not going to read all of them.
Right.
Just kind of like a couple things that catch my attention and whatnot. Let's see here. Let me scroll down a bit more here. All right. Okay, that's Battle Pass progression stuff, which is fine. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like the events are definitely going to be better this time around, too, for Season 2, which is nice. All right, well, that's pretty much basically about it. So definitely some interesting stuff coming to customization, man. A lot of stuff that I complained about too as well. And so it's nice to see that, even though if they listen to me or not is irrelevant, but at least I fucking mentioned like how crappy the free side was with the battle pass, man. That shit was so fucking chintzy, garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have such a great gameplay foundation going, you know what I mean? But like everything else that surrounds it, it's just fucking dry as shit, dude. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like you're only giving us 2 fucking maps in or in 2 modes, one of them being a fucking event mode. Come on, fucking 343. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, are you literally like? Do you want this game to be fucking like to be the death and end of Halo? Is that what you guys are trying to do here? Like, sabotage this shit? Like, Jesus Christ. Look, I get it. I understand that the game definitely needed more time to be worked on. I understand that. And again, I called that shit several fucking times. Several times, man. And nobody fucking heeded my goddamn warning, bro. That's why, man, people sit there and bitch at me for fucking still constantly playing it. Fuck you. I already did all my backlashing already. It's not my fault that you don't watch my fucking content.
Right.
Like, Jesus Christ, man. I was vocal about it on Twitter and shit. I was vocal about it in several fucking videos, man.
Sorry for actually enjoying games.
Facts.
You're not allowed to do that anymore. Just
fuck that, man.
You're not allowed to use You're not allowed to use sword or armor or or health potions.
Nope. You gotta use your fists.
Nah. See, that's the shit I'm talking about, dude, man. Nobody should tell you how you should enjoy the stuff that you fucking like playing, bro. Nobody should be doing that. Yeah, it's fine if people talk shit about a game that you like. Who cares? Move on with your life, man. It's not going to persuade you or change your fucking opinion. And you shouldn't even bother even getting offended by it. Especially if that person didn't even play the same shit that you're fucking playing.
I guarantee the same people that do that shit are like fucking using cheat codes and everything else.
Bro. Like guarantee fucking it, bro. I'm not that
looking
stupid.
Shit up on,
I'm not that stupid, man.
Because they're spending too much time arguing online than to actually.
I've seen people that are like fucking that have so many fucking platinums, right? And they swear up and down they don't use walkthroughs or cheats and stuff. I'm like, bro, there's no fucking way. Yeah, there's no fucking way that you can sit there and tell me with a straight face that you did not use a goddamn trophy guide, motherfucker. Don't lie to me about that shit.
First of all, you can see when they get like a hard platinum in like a day or two, you know they're using some shit.
Oh yeah, they're definitely using some shit.
Look at the timestamp.
Yeah.
But let's just be real. Like that's why I don't. You can only put so much weight into platforms, or in a platinums. It's like. Platinums, yes, a lot of them are hard to achieve, and you got to give credit where it's due on a hard one, right? When they put it in, and they got gameplay and shit. But like, unfortunately, a lot of that shit is lost. It's what would you say? It's lost its merit,
right?
Because there's so many shameless ones. There's so many people like cheating and shit. That shit happens. So it's like, I mean, clearly, if they get like a super hard platinum, that's hundreds of hours, and it did in a day or two. It's like, the fucking spidey senses start.
Yeah, your spidey sense start to tingle.
The wolf sense kicks.
Bro, I've heard people try to tell me that fucking that they've never used cheat codes and shit like that back when they were growing up and some of that, dude. And they like people that were bitching about it during the time when Psychonauts 2 was getting ready to pop, right? And it had like that easy mode and shit like that you can use, and people were like, "Man, that's so stupid, man. Why would you want to play easy mode, man?" I'm like, what? You never used cheats? Like, you never used cheat codes back in the day? You claim to be an old school gamer. You're telling me you never used cheat codes back in the day? Yeah, shut the fuck up. Yeah, you did. You fucking did.
You can make the game way more fun that way too. It's not only.
Yeah, and cheat codes was a common fucking thing, dude. We used to buy cheat code books. We used to fucking see that shit in magazines that we bought. Mm-hmm. You mean to tell me now that all of a sudden, oops, now we can't use walkthroughs, even though we were praying to God that the issue of GamePro or fucking Nintendo Power had a walkthrough for the game that you're currently playing? Man.
I mean, I generally don't, but some games you have to, like, because it's impossible.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, dude, and like, there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that, dude. Trust me when I tell you, bro. Like, motherfuckers be cheesing out here for this stupid, dumb shit. Trying to set their own views and trying to fucking manipulate the population of gamers to try to make the fucking views look the exact same way as theirs. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck
Like-
right off.
My older
certain shit-
brother. Go
Go
ahead.
on.
Sorry.
this
Oh,
certain
okay.
shit expands on it, but yeah.
My older brother used to give me shit for using cheat codes. I'm like, I already beat the game. I just want to see what
Exactly.
else is out there in the game.
Right.
You're expanding on it, the experience. Exactly. Enhancing it.
Yeah, but now they want us to pay for fucking cheat codes now. Like, fuck you. Fuck you.
No, I'm good there. I don't like buying DLC shit because, well, I'm fucking stingy with money, but. Actually,
I mean,
that's pretty much it.
bro, like,
That's the only thing it is.
a lot of people think that like this DLC practice, man, shit started during the PS4. Motherfucker, man, did you not pay attention? Like, go back and look at how much the goddamn horse armor was when Oblivion launched. Then come back and tell me with a straight face that fucking DLC was never that expensive, motherfucker. Really?
Say this: Skate 4 has fucking DLC and parks that you can create. I'm buying all that shit.
Of course you are. See what I mean? That's all it takes, man. That's all it takes.
It's that one game. It's like,
Dude, okay, so
but I know I'm gonna pour my life into that shit.
see,
but-
this is okay. So I love the Hot Shots golf franchise, right? So when everybody's golf came out, is that like that free to like that not a free to play, but like the MMO online one, whatever the fucking case of me that came on the PS4. That was by far the worst thing that company has ever fucking put out from Handclap, dude. Because seriously, it fucking pissed me off because you locked fucking goddamn courses behind a paywall. Oh, I was so fucking pissed about that shit. Not only that, dude, man, it doesn't even feel like I'm playing a fucking good golf game, dude. It feels like I'm playing a fucking job. Like, way to go to fuck up that series, Sony, you sons of bitches.
All right. Hey, this shield looks pretty sick.
And lo and behold,
I
they're
like
shutting down the servers now, too, as well for that game. I wonder why. I wonder why. So, the game that you guys are seeing on your screen right now, the Chinatown Detective Agency, man, and for any of you guys out there who has actually sat down and watched the last ID at Xbox event, which I don't blame anybody if you guys didn't, this was one of the games that was actually early on fucking showing off that was coming to Game Pass day one. But at the time, it didn't have a release date. It's a pixelated fucking detective game. But it's extremely well done to the point where, I've only done the actual tutorial part, but I got to start over because I didn't get to a save spot, but I wasn't that far in, though. But one of the things that I will tell you that this game is going to get you to do, now, from Wolflow's perspective, this breaks his actual immersion with the game like this, but I think this is actually, it adds to it. The game literally asks you to Google shit in order to figure out and understand clues, man, and shit like that.
Right.
And to me, the last time I played a game like that, dude, that had that, at least from my perspective, from all the games that I played, was a game that was on PC called Missing Since January, or In Momentum 2 in the UK. That game had you going to different websites and deciphering shit in order to unlock and crack fucking these words that you would have to put in order to go to the next scene. You know what I mean? Shit like that, dude, man, is fucking great. I love shit like that. It makes the game feel more, like, not realistic, but in the sense of, like, cool. So the game is allowing me to step outside the game world and actually activate and search for shit. And try to find shit that I want to find. Dude, this game, I can't wait. I'm definitely playing it tonight, man. That, like, when we get off here and shit, dude, I'm definitely playing the fuck out of that
Nice,
game.
dude.
Yeah, it's wicked. Plus, it's a detective game on top of that. I fucking love detective games.
I think I just came up with a cool new build right here.
Oh, God, of course.
I'm digging my character right here.
You see, this
Yeah,
right
it's all
here,
about
ladies and
looks,
gentlemen,
too.
this right here, gentlemen, is basically exactly what I'm talking about. Every podcast that I've done, and again, I'm not offended by this because I just think it's fucking hilarious. Every show I've done, every day since Elden Ring has come out, this game is brought up heavily in the conversations, or it gets turned into a conversation out of nowhere in every podcast that I'm on, or every fucking time in the goddamn Roundtable Discord chat.
Right.
Fucking
Shit ends
hilarious.
up relating to the game
Yeah.
somehow. That's hilarious.
And it's like, bro, what the fuck? We're talking about Nintendo, and then all of a sudden we go right back into Elden Ring. Like a smooth transition, right?
Can't help it, dude. I can't help it.
Nah, man.
Man.
That's just the impact that Elden Ring has. And like I said, Miyazaki cracked that code, man. I guarantee you that game has fucking surpassed 12 million now. It's probably at like 15, maybe close to 20. Fucking ridiculous. But man, props to Miyazaki and his team. Now, please, Miyazaki, do me a favor. Give me Bloodborne 2. For the love of God, I'm begging you, please give me a sequel to Bloodborne, man.
That game was great too. That's
Oh,
my second
that
favorite
game is
Souls.
fucking...
It's hard to say though, because Dark Souls 1 was so iconic for me.
Well, I'm sorry, but Bloodborne's
almost
always
like a
going...
tie.
Bloodborne's always
almost
going
a
to
tie
be
for me.
fucking my number one game. Elden Ring will probably end up being second,
Right.
and then followed by Dark Souls and Dark Souls 3.
I'd
But
say this: if I was going to go through another game in the series, Bloodborne would be my first choice. I'm just
Bloodborne?
waiting for that 60 frames, baby. But that would be my choice. I might just go through it anyways. In fact, I could wrap up that platinum too. I just missed the one fucking umbilical cord thing. But man, that game definitely has my attention to go back through. Like Dark Souls, I've been through it a bunch. It's like, is what it is. And with Dark Souls, you know what? I'm gonna say Bloodborne is my second favorite.
Bloodborne, your second favorite? Okay.
Still honeymoon period, but this is gonna be one of my all-time favorite games for sure.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty bold statement, man. You definitely pissed off a lot of people, man. How dare you use that game over Horizon?
and Horizon is a great game.
Yes. People need
Horizon
to fucking relax. Like, Horizon
not a
Forbidden West, man, is far from a bad game, bro. Far.
It's a great game in its own right. Like, they're just different games.
Yeah, man, they're different fucking games, dude. Like,
it's like gamers are spoiled brats.
Facts.
That's more of like a relaxing game when I just want to chill.
Yeah, man. And like, there's a lot of games like I love games that just like mellow me out and like make me chill back. Like I said, Hunter Call of the Wild. Man, I'll keep bringing that up. No Man's Sky is another game that makes me fucking chill the fuck out with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like games like that.
This game is legit having me use the shield now. Like, I'm starting to get into the groove of the shield.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, Wolflo, you sound like a goddamn...
switch up my whole...
We have a person get good in the process here.
I'm getting better.
Yeah.
I'm optimizing my style right here. I mean, this shit's gonna come in handy. I'm fucking leaving myself wide open for way too long.
Right.
It's on now.
I mean, it is what it is, but goddamn, dude, we've already been live for fucking 42 minutes, bro. What the fuck?
Talking about nothing. It's great.
Yeah, we're just randomly talking about just random shit. Nothing here is fucking scripted.
We could talk about real life too. Well, then again, what is real life, right? Especially in the future, like who knows when. Think about the kind of experiences they could bring with VR, right? Remember I was telling you how, so at this desert, my belated best friend, I chill with him in fucking dreams all the time. And I was chilling and I'm like, dude, this feels like real. Like, touch my hand. And we like touched hands and shit. And I literally could feel them. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so I can feel you, but I have to be dreaming because you're not dead. Like, what the fuck is real anyways? Like, how do I know real life isn't like that? Like, whatever I'm seeing.
See, now you're getting into some fucking conspiracy theory shit. Now you're getting into some theory shit.
Wait till we get into VR and they can actually, like,
manipulate us into believing that. Yeah. Imagine that shit, eh?
Fuck.
Like, they brainwash you into thinking that a virtual world is the real world, man. Fucking literally at that point, you're in the fucking Matrix.
Plug me in. You know, I'll take the blue pill. At that point, fuck it.
Then they start getting very nefarious, and if you die in the virtual world, you die in real life.
Right.
If you can get rid of my migraines, I'll take the blue pill any day of the week.
But that's low key terrifying if you really think about it.
Well, I mean, it can be, but at the same time, like, hey, man, like, ignorance can be bliss, right? I mean, shit.
It's weird because I'm kind of in this middle ground where I'm with you on that shit. the same time, I know what it entails. Like, I know the truth behind it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Once you've taken the red pill, you can't untake the red pill. That's the thing.
Yep, and once you're caught up in that world, man,
I
you're
hear you.
fucked.
Speaking of the Matrix, like on the third movie, they took away from the other movies. Like it's like you just kind of ruined the whole franchise with this new one.
Right? Right? Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Hey. Are they gonna make a Matrix game? Like, you know how they had the demo, right?
They
must be working on one.
I mean, more likely, I mean, Warner Brothers would probably eventually get around to doing that because, like, there's a lot of potential there, especially after playing that
Well, they
Matrix
own
experience. But, well, I think,
Wait,
yeah,
Warner
it is.
Brothers owns it?
I'm pretty sure Warner Brothers owns the Matrix license. I could be wrong.
Fuck my life.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. That's why I kind of wish they don't. I kind of hope that they don't, man, because I don't want it's going to be fucking garbage. Let's be honest.
Then
Warner
how
Brothers doesn't. Outside from NetherRealm, but even NetherRealm, dude, like the last Mortal Kombat game was good.
I mean,
It's just like the story was kind of meh and fucking and whatnot. I kind of understand that, but whatever. It's all good though.
they could also license it out too. To the developers,
Yeah, they could.
so I
They
could.
could.
See that happen.
Yeah, they
That would
could.
be interesting. It'll just have some weird microtransactions in it. What the fuck?
Ugh.
Nice one.
Right. But yeah, I mean, fucking. So a lot of people are still clamoring that fucking that this Activision buyout is not going to happen for Microsoft because Microsoft is now being fined fucking 1.8 billion in the UK from the antitrust company down there for fucking. I guess they found some shit for Microsoft's cloud Azure shit, and they had a slight advantage over everybody else.
Right.
Well, God forbid if they fucking build something that's better than their shit. So Microsoft has to cough that up, but again, 1.8 billion is fucking chump change to Microsoft, so they don't give a shit. They'll pay it off.
You know what that shit is, right? All that shit is fucking regulators digging in large corporations' pockets. It's just another way of taxing them. They're gonna let them do what they do, but they're just gonna slap them on the wrist and get some money in the meantime. That's how it works. A lot of the time they do that shit.
Right.
It's like they'll literally, I forget what they call that, but they'll literally like propose something and it's like dangle it in their face. Like, I want to just support our campaign. That'd be great.
So this is interesting. My mom,
Oh man.
my brother's best friend, fucking, their mom is fucking texting me right now on fucking Facebook Messenger, which is kind of weird.
Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Is it on my Facebook?
No, fucking dude. Nah, my brother's been friends with this guy for fucking since I was a kid. Like, and they still hang out and shit like that, and fucking like they're like best friends ever, dude. So, and his mom is fucking amazing person too, like down to earth, super nice and shit like that. Rogue Legacy 2 fucking is coming out April 28th. That's fucking sick. PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. That's fucking a timed exclusive for Xbox, so that's nice. So I will be playing
Never
that.
really got into Rogue Legacy, man.
A lot of people don't like them, man, but fucking I actually like the fact that gameplay changes up so often, man, that it keeps you on your toes, man.
Talking about a roguelike game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it seemed a lot of the same shit to me, but
So the BAFTAs are going on right now, the BAFTA Awards, which is kind of like the video game like award show that is like technically for the developers, not like for us. You know what I mean?
oh, by the way, we need to start at E4. Sorry to cut you off there. We need to do an E4 for gamers. So you need to make an E4 for presented by gamers for gamers. We gotta coordinate that shit. Get the gamers to coordinate it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
get developers, indie devs involved and shit. You need to get that shit going on. Like, fuck these like hipster, wannabe journalists, gamers, and celebrities and musicians coming on stage. We need to get like gamers out of their basement with Doritos and no, I'm just. Yeah, we need some like straight gamers fucking hosting that shit, dude. You know what I'm
Just make
saying?
sure
Yeah.
they shower first.
Right. Like, no, that shit needs to like the venue has to smell like literally like sweat and fucking oh, you know what I'm talking about, bro. You know where I'm going with this. Gotta be authentic gamers, man. None of this like hipster journalist bullshit. That's what I'm gonna call it. Instead of like real gamers, hardcore gamers, authentic gamers. That's what it is. I want
Authentic.
gamers.
What does that even fucking mean? What does that mean?
Oh, I don't know. Now I can't even define authentic in a sense that they're not fucking they're not posers. They're actually.
Oh, you mean like the vast majority of the gaming community is?
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I gotta root that shit out. I'm gatekeeping.
Ah, okay.
Well, then you're looking at a really, really small percentage of the community for that type of real gamer.
I am the gatekeeper.
That's interesting, man. Like okay, so she just asked me, man. Like she just asked me if she goes, it's about the COVID-19 grant imposed by the federal government for the sake of the pandemic virus. Have you gotten anything yet? And I'm like, not sure. I have no idea what that is. Because I haven't watched news in fucking forever. So I don't know if this is some COVID package thing fucking that's going out to everybody or something. I don't fucking know, dude.
That's more fucking stimulus.
Yeah, apparently.
You didn't realize, like, we pay for that shit anyways, right?
Yeah, I know. But here's the funny thing too, as well.
It's a joke, dude.
I know it is. I'm gonna have to look into that, man, after we're done with the show, because I'm kind of curious. Because I just mentioned to my mom, and I was like, "Yo, do you know what the fuck she's talking about? Like, I don't what the hell is it all? Like, what?" But yeah, man. I mean, we've been going on for an hour now, there, Wolflow, man, and we only got one person in the chat, dude. Definitely.
Whatever, I'm sharing this shit. This is a great podcast.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Even though we didn't talk about much, I think we got into some shit. I'm sure there's tons.
A podcast about nothing.
Right. And I'm sure there's tons of shit you still want to get off your chest. Think about it. You're just getting distracted by messages there, bro.
No, I know that.
Yeah, you gotta tell her you're doing a podcast, bro. Say fuck off.
Well, I mean, to be fair, fucking, I haven't talked to her in a decade, dude.
Right. Got good timing, I'll tell you that.
Oh, speaking of which, you should totally invite Faye to the new Discord.
Oh yeah.
What?
This guy is so distracted.
No, listen to this. She goes, this is quite different from the stimulus fucking check. She goes, this is a new program by the federal government sponsored by Jeff Bezos Foundation. She goes, I got a sum of $30,000 when I applied for it, and I don't have to worry about paying it back to the government. And I was like, what? I'm like, what the fuck? How?
Free money. Yeah, right.
Right? But yo, I'm always down for some fucking free money.
All you have to do is send your WhatsApp number and send some Bitcoin and NFTs, and you'll get rich, bro.
Right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that later, man.
Yeah,
sorry, I'm not trying to get distracted anymore. I apologize.
the 2020s continue.
Facts.
Madness and fucking bizarro world that is the 2020s. Well, we're fucking depleting the soil and our food supply is running short. And meanwhile, all this fucking borrowing, we've done more borrowing money than they've done over history in the last like couple of years. Like no ramifications at all for all the things they're doing. All the
Oh, the
intervention
ramification is going to happen in the future.
It already is happening.
Yeah.
Dude. Look at the way of life, like the standard of living, cost of rent, getting out of hand, dude. This shit's out of control.
Right.
You got fucking you actually have famine protests right now too going on in like Peru and shit.
Right.
Shit's just getting worse and worse, and they're just trying to like paper over it. Say, hey, we'll just keep delaying it further and further down the road. Oh, don't worry, inflation's transitory. Oh, we're on top of inflation now, though, even though we can't cause inflation in the first place. It's like so much fucking. They make this shit convoluted on purpose too, like the whole banking system, all the whole legal system.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole
Oh
legal
my
system.
god! Like
Yeah.
that's why they don't make it simplified. Like whereas like it just makes sense, right? They make it like line after line, make it almost impossible to understand. So it's like now we're gonna get into like constitution and shit, but I'll digress.
I
Yeah,
digress indeedo.
It's bonkers, man. Shit's bonkers right now.
And like this current generation brought back the fanny pack. Like,
Yo, that
Some
shit.
good-
The
some
fanny
good things
pack. The
happen.
fanny pack is the fucking tits, bro. I don't give a fuck what anybody
yeah.
says.
I actually agree because it's a lot more convenient than a fucking wallet, which people keep losing.
It actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. But then, like in the early '90s, people just hated it for whatever reason and made fun of people for wearing it. It's like it's more convenient than a friggin' wallet.
I mean, you could make it look fun, look stylish too, just by having it like. Sure, there's shit you can do with that.
Yeah.
Tweak it.
And
They're comfortable.
yeah, someone was telling me Joe Rogan wears a fanny pack, so I guess that's what got it popular again. I guess.
Oh, yeah, Joe Rogan. I like Joe Rogan because he's a free thinker. I love free thinkers, man. If you're a free
That's
thinker,
why his podcast is so
we're on the
popular.
same team. We're on the same team. You're not just a sheep. I don't fuck with sheep.
Yeah, sheep are no fun to talk to.
No,
Weird.
I mean, it is okay to like, get other people's, well, even though it's not their way of thinking, but it's good to like challenge them and have them challenge you on things, their views. That's important to have.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like you don't want to be around yes men. There's too many people that just there's just too many yes men out there.
Well, yeah, they don't want to rock the boat.
Like, do you want to be around people that are just always going to agree with you, even if you're being an idiot and never tell you?
Yes, yeah, but at the same
Probably not.
time, dude, man, you got to remember too, we're in a time period where fucking if you don't agree with their opinion, they get all fucking snooty and moody about it, bro. And it's like, listen, man, I get it that you like a game or you like a product or you like a movie or something like
Right.
that, dude, man. It doesn't mean that I have to like it too as well. Suck a dick.
You're with us or you're against us, bro.
Right.
Where's your tattoo? Bro?
Now, see,
Where's
with
your
gaming,
tattoo?
however, though, gaming, I will say this. The one thing that I don't like doing is talking shit about a game I never played, unless I'm doing that just out of troll or bait purposes. But every game that I trash on, I will still go out of my way to eventually either get around to playing it or buying it myself when it goes on sale, to see if my opinion will actually be different by playing the full-fledged game itself than just from what I'm seeing. Because sometimes devs do a fucking terrible job at fucking revealing gameplay to the world and shit like that, and whatever the case may be, that doesn't really give the game any justice at all.
Oh, could you hear that?
What?
You can't hear. You can't hear. Can you hear the video in the background?
Nothing's playing on my end.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's not gonna work then. Actually, yeah, it is. I'm gonna play it on my phone. Sure. All right, carry on. I'm gonna grab a clip.
Yeah, something's weird, man, about this fucking person that's talking to me.
Oh, something's up, eh?
Right, yeah.
It's a scam?
Yeah, I think so.
It's a scam. I knew it. They want your WhatsApp number. Send you Bitcoin. Oh man, I'm fucking
Yeah, because
so tired.
I'm
of
looking
those
at the
comments,
name.
bro.
I'm looking at the name, and like it. I know this person, and I know that she wouldn't just DM me out of the blue like that. Because I went, I guarantee if I go and I look at at her original fucking name, it's not gonna be the same as the one that she's DMing me right now. You know what I mean?
Oh, tell her you gotta go. You're doing a podcast.
Right.
You're getting way too distracted by that shit, bro. Yo, this is. Come on, man. We gotta keep this show rolling.
Yeah.
This show is fire, bro.
Yep. And the same people that'll just eat you up for not agreeing with them, they'll dox your ass and like threaten to come to your house and kill you.
Right.
And then I gotta be the one because I live in a state that basically lets me take someone out for breaking into my house. I'm always like, I have a sword that's thirsty for blood. Don't fuck with me.
War never changes. After millennia of armed conflict, the destructive nature of man could sustain itself no longer. The world was plunged into an abyss of nuclear fire and radiation. Skip it up and down up.
I love that shit, dude.
Hey, how's that essay?
Yeah, right. Well, not so good. I don't really know what's going on, but I'm seeing things. I think it might be because of these drugs the army. But if you could just get me well enough to get back to base.
Right. Kick ass. Don't want to sound like a dick or nothing, but it says on your chart that you're fucked up. You talk like a fag, and your shit's all retarded. What I do is just like you know, you know what I mean?
I'm serious here.
Don't worry, Scrub. Now there are plenty of tards out there living really kick-ass lives. My first wife was tarded. She's a pilot now.
I need for you to be serious for a second here, okay? I need help.
There's that fag talk we talked about. Right, so that'll be this many dollars. And if you could just go ahead and, put your tattoo in that shit.
That's weird. This thing has the same misprint as that magazine. What are the odds?
Where's your tattoo? Tattoo? Why don't you have this?
Alright, fuck that shit.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a scam. I just went and I confirmed my friend's actual profile, and we're friends. This one here just
Oh, it was a
links between
fake profile
Yeah.
too? Bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. So I'm not falling for that
Bro,
shit. I
you
put
got-
I put the notifications on mute, man. So even if they try texting me back, I'm not even gonna see them.
Dude, welcome to the 2020s, dude. This is the age of fraud, bro. And it works. That's why they're doing this shit. Because people
Facts.
are so desperate to fucking get rich quick. And that's why they buy into all this bullshit, dude. Meme stocks and everything else. Oh, can't tell people that.
Right?
Never mind buying an underlying asset that actually has value to it. That's not a very good idea. Why would you want to do that? Something that actually has tangible value.
It's too hard.
People don't want to do research. That's the thing.
Right.
And that's fine. If you don't want to do research and just spread your shit out properly, diversify.
Well, see, that's another thing too.
Get into that.
Like speaking of being like diversified and giving freedom to like developers and shit. Check us out, right? So like, a lot of people are sitting there saying that, oh, if you look at all the studios that Microsoft has, man, they're all going through a fucking fiasco period right now. Yet there's only one, and that being the initiative. The stuff that's going on with Undead Labs is actually harassment fucking stuff that Microsoft can easily fucking fix that problem. I hate saying that, by the way, for the record, because that sounds so fucking negative. But I mean, Microsoft, that's how the company is, man. They sweep shit up and they sweep shit under the rug, dude. They don't give a fuck.
Right.
That's how Microsoft is. Microsoft is the prime example of an American greedy corporation that will do anything in their willpower to get what the fuck they want. And in fact, if you want proof of that, people, look at what the fuck they just did. They bid on fucking getting priority fucking chipsets before Sony does.
Of course they did. Money talks, dude. That's how they work.
Right.
Just pay somebody to get shit done. Is what it is. And they got the money to use. So I mean, Microsoft has a lot of debt. Last I checked, their balance sheets and shit. But I know they bring in enough revenue and profits that it's fine.
Well, they also tarnish their reputation, so people aren't really buying their exclusives because, well.
But again, okay, so let's put to bed this fucking myth, right? Because I swear to people, man, motherfuckers do not know how Microsoft is and how they are as a company because they never see Microsoft as a first-party ordeal company. During the 360 period, right, they've had plenty of first-party content come out of their fucking studios. But the three that stand out the most is Gears, Forza, and Halo. That's why they call it the Holy Trinity. And that seems to be an ongoing fucking thing, right? But yet, if you look at every other game that they released during the 360 era, and hell, even during the fucking OG Xbox era, dude, they were vastly fucking ignored. Like, not many people played Cameo. Not many people played... Well, a lot of people played Perfect Dark Zero, and that game was dog shit. That game single-handedly killed Cameo's fucking legacy, by the way, because Cameo was the best game to launch on the fucking console. Not only that, Microsoft, their priority was never first-party to fucking begin with. Their fucking priority during the 360... Think about it. Go back and look at the OG Xbox and look at how many fucking goddamn third-party timed exclusive shit came to the Xbox 360 and OG Xbox compared to the Xbox One. It's night and day. Most people, of course, motherfuckers will not tell you this, they bought the Xbox fucking during the 360 era, man, as a third-party machine. Minus Halo, Gears, and Forza. But any other first-party games? Nah, bro. Most people, I guarantee you, most people didn't fuck with fucking Fable. Like, I keep bringing this up in conversation, and the reason why I keep bringing it up in conversation, man, is because, dude, it's not hard to fucking see. Most of Lionhead Studios games were on fucking PC, minus Fable. Like, dear fucking God. Like, people need to understand the company more in order to see why they're in the position that they're in right now. Mm-hmm. Why they're going so heavy on first party, motherfucker. Because, yeah, they never had their own outside from two studios, Rare and fucking Lionhead. Lionhead got shut down, and even though they regret doing that. But they got shut down. Rare was the only one that was still standing. Yet how long?
It's going to take time.
It will.
It's going to take time.
These companies are not going to sit here and dish out games to you motherfuckers within 2 years. Obsidian can barely fucking do that shit with their smaller titles, man, but not their bigger titles. Like, so how the fuck... Okay, people can argue the fact that say, well, what about the fucking Compulsion? Compulsion's fucking game was released in 2016. How come they haven't had another game come out? Motherfucker, because they're not following and doing the same mistake they did twice.
I mean, people can people can definitely take their W's now. I mean, Microsoft can take their L's right now. Right now, they're
Oh yeah,
taking
Microsoft's
L's.
taking L's for sure because like
At the
they don't,
moment,
yeah,
at the
the
moment.
content is definitely
But in the
slacking for
future,
sure.
It's going to be a different conversation in a couple of years. I
Oh
think.
God, yeah.
I don't know that for sure, but I think it.
But
there's
to
a
continue
pretty
on,
good chance.
but to continue my point though, right? It's like the compulsion, right? Okay, I really wish people would go and fucking watch the compulsion documentary they put out. But that came out like 2 years ago. I really, really, really recommend that video, man, because it breaks down why We Happy Few launched the way that it did, and it's fucking kind of a sad story. Microsoft is giving them the amount of time that they want to make sure their game comes out so that they don't have another We Happy Few fuck up. Microsoft is avoiding that. So they're giving them ample amount of time to make sure that their game comes out the way that they want. Because they don't want to be that fucking studio that releases fucking a bomb after bomb after bomb. You know what I'm saying? Turn 10.
So that game was that game any good?
We Happy Few?
Yeah.
We Happy Few, man. Okay, the concept that Compulsion was going for with this game, dude, man, is fucking immaculate, dude.
That's what I was interested. It looked pretty interesting to me.
Dude, the world is fucking
execution
yeah,
wasn't there.
Yeah, the execution just wasn't there, dude, man. And like they went through a development hell process from Kickstarter to getting picked up by Gearbox and shit. But the last DLC that came out, right? I think it came out in 2019 or something like that. The very last DLC, that DLC represents what the actual core game of We Happy Few was going to originally be. That's why if you go and you look at people who actually play the DLC, like the very last one, they're like, dude, if the whole entire game was like this from the start that we were promised, man, We Happy Few would have been a cult phenomenon, bro.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look at fucking In Exile. They just dropped their last game in 2020 that they had to finish because it was a fig Kickstarter project that both fucking Obsidian, In Exile, and fucking Double Fine Productions all funded and started. Funny how Microsoft owns those three companies now, by the way. But fucking, which makes it more interesting, right? Is the sheer fact that when Wasteland 2 came out, the game was fucking dope as shit. Huge improvement over the second game. Better cutscenes, better story, better gameplay. Like there was more polish and finesse behind it, dude. And they didn't even have a AAA budget to do that. So they had to make sure that game was done. Microsoft even gave them more money to make sure their game was top notch when it was ready for launch. Dude, I can't wait until I actually go through that game with Zen, man. Him and I are playing that shit there soon.
Nice.
We're gonna do a fucking co-op playthrough for that shit. Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds was the last Obsidian game they dropped. Then their little small team came out with Grounded. Now they have fucking 5 projects in the work right now. Grounded being one of them, Outer Worlds 2, Evolve, and fucking 4, technically. They have 4 No, they have 5. Because they got 2 other projects in the work too as well. Both those games haven't been announced yet. So anybody that sits there and says that Microsoft is treating these studios like dog shit, even though they're constantly fucking hiring people left and right. Obsidian went from a fucking being like 110 people or some shit like that to like 250 now. Same with Undead Labs. Undead Labs skyrocketed with developers joining them and shit now too as well. I'm not worried about the future of Xbox, dude. I know a lot of people are going to sit there and shun me for saying that because fucking they feel that, their games are going to come out broken and inconsistent because of the fucking of a service like Game Pass. But you know what these motherfuckers never tell you, though? Is that would make more sense if Game Pass was the only way to play those games. But you also have to sell these games to the public, whether it be on Steam or whether it be fucking physical or digital copies. So are you really going to take that risk to fuck a game up that bad that people are going to spend $70 fucking dollars on a game that's literally like cold cut and dry? Are you fucking stupid? Like, yeah, but they already did it with fucking Sea of Thieves and Halo and shit. I'm like, motherfucker, Halo is just the campaign itself, man. The goddamn free-to-play multiplayer is not even on Game Pass, or you have to even buy that shit in order to get access to it. It's fucking free to play. Just like how people were trying to use the fucking bullshit cop-out excuse that, oh, well, look what happened to Crossfire. Crossfire is a piece of shit, and that launched with Game Pass. No, motherfucker. It launched with one of the campaigns on Game Pass, but it's a free-to-play model game. Like, what the fuck, man?
Oh, yeah. You can't just take one game and apply it to all games anyways.
That's what I'm saying, dude, man. So now free-to-play is part of Game Pass? Since fucking when? Since fucking when? Right? Like, it's fucking retarded, dude.
Yeah, I can't imagine what kinds of weird narratives people have.
Dude, every day that's all I hear is fucking narratives. On Twitter, I see fucking narratives every day get twisted and turned and fucking... Dude, it's sickening. It's fucking sickening to the eyes, man.
I use Twitter on the shitter. That's about it.
Yeah, Twitter is literally a fucking... Yeah.
That's what it is.
Fucking... It's ridiculous, dude. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Like... I'm floored, man, at the shit that I hear on a daily basis, man. Especially when the people that I would easily put on the list of people who I trust and shit like that, dude. It's just like sometimes, man, it's like, bro, come on, seriously, dude, really, man? Like, fucking what?
You're really doing this? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, so I just gotta back away and just say, fuck it. There's no point. There's no fucking point, man. Because who am I to persuade somebody into liking a game that I like, man? When that shouldn't be my fucking responsibility. Because, like, that's how you know, like, reviews are nothing more than an opinion piece. They're not there to be taken literally. Metacritic manipulates you into thinking that, but it's not. Yeah, I agree with that statement there, Stardust, man. I agree that the term or the word infinite in games definitely seems to be a fucking a disaster for a lot of games. I agree with you on that. But... here's the thing, Stardust, right? And again, this is probably like definitely going to sound like I'm trying to damage control for Halo Infinite, but I'm technically not. But to give you an example, dude, man, do you really see Microsoft fucking cutting off the edges of Halo and saying fuck it? When Sea of Thieves launched with literally no content and compared to what it is today, and Microsoft stuck behind that game for so long, for the last 4 fucking years? Dude, basically what I'm trying to say is, Stardust, man, Halo will eventually get to the point where it's going to be a 10 times better game. It pisses me off, along with many others out there, man, that we have to fucking endure the bullshit until then. But
they should just wait.
Right. And
that way it'll look better on
facts.
The devs and everything, too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, No Man's Sky bounced back from a disaster fucking launch. Sea of Thieves bounced back from a disaster fucking launch. You really think Halo is not going to do the same?
You really do have to think about a game.
Therein lies the biggest problem with live services games right there.
Yeah. The only thing is, at the same time, it can kind of hinder people's experiences if it's not ready to.
Oh, facts.
So it's like, I'm not a huge fan of that. Like, to me, I get that a lot of people are impatient. They want to play the shit now. To me, it'd be better if you let the people enjoy other games until your game is like nice and presentable.
Right.
It's in a good working state that you want it in, and then if you have to delay it, man. Like, but what I find funny is people that get all like worked up about delays. It's like,
right. Like,
as if it's like hurting you. It's
right.
helping you.
Yeah. Like that's the thing, right? Like, I'm with everybody when people don't like live service games, dude. I'm with people on that shit. Some get it right, some just can never get it right. But if there's one thing that I've seen Microsoft do consistently when it does come to their fucking live services games, dude, is they will go back and fix their shit. Okay, Master Chief Collection, right? Been out since 2015. Fucking, dude, dog shit. Then they stopped working on that to go work on fucking Halo Infinite and Halo 5 and all that dumb shit, right? Fucking, now look at what Halo Master Chief Collection is since when they got back to it. They fucking fixed everything about that game. Almost everything about the game. But it's a way better game state now than it was when it first came out. Microsoft is not going to abandon Halo Infinite, dude, man. They're making this 10-year structure thing for a reason, which to like, a lot of people it's bullshit, but again, that's live services. But at the same time, dude, man, like, if they could fucking fix the Master Chief Collection, if they could fucking fix Sea of Thieves, and they could fucking fix the issues along with other games that they have released in the past, Halo Infinite's going to get the exact same treatment, man. until they get little content here and there, fucking sprinkled in until everything else that they have to fucking fix and reboot is finally done. And then maybe by season fucking 4 or season fucking 5, we'll be good to go. Now, if you want to desert the game and say fuck the game and never go back to it, fine. But look how many people did the same thing about No Man's Sky. Now look at them. They're all back playing it again.
Greatness awaits.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like PS5 menus. PS5
Oh shit!
start working properly.
Right. Listen, but again, I'm not trying to say that Infinite, like the way that it is right now, like it just sucks that like its core gameplay loop is amazing.
Well, that's
It's such a far setback, man, because of how shit everything else is.
well. Let's be real about fucking Sony. How come we're going backwards when it comes to the interfaces and shit?
Yeah, right.
How are we? How did they take away all the custom folders? Took away the dynamic themes. They made it fucking way harder to do shit. You got to go through more button pushes just to do shit. Like, why are we going backwards? Same with controllers. Okay, this is a better controller. I'll give it that. But like, why are we still getting joystick drift? And I'm getting this shit again. And every time I try and fix it, it works, but less and less every time. Like, you have to fix it more and more. It's trash, dude. Like, why are we getting Joy-Con drift 2022? This is crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
We need
Stardust.
to
Yeah,
fix this shit.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All these companies need to fix that shit, bro.
Yeah, the drifting problem is definitely a huge plague within the controller fucking side of the spectrum and across all platforms, dude.
I don't know what the fuck is going on with that.
It sucks, dude. It really does, man. It really does suck, man. But hey, you know, I mean, it is what it is.
Because I remember when systems had
Oh my god,
more resistant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, my fucking Super
Still
Nintendo
use
controller
all my
took
old
a
controllers,
fucking
yeah.
beating, bro. I had
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
I had chips on the side of my controller from fucking smashing it on a wall, and yet it still worked.
You know, it's kind of like that with phones too, man. I'm noticing the same bullshit. They
Yeah,
take
man.
stuff away too.
Dude, because
Take away the
because
headphone
they make things fucking cheaper and they sell it to you for a higher value.
Yo,
That's
it's
what
the
they
same
do.
thing with appliances too.
Yeah.
You used to have appliances that work for like 100 years. Now they're like they're all digital. All the shit doesn't work. Every time my parents are buying like a new device, they show me, they're like, look at the new device. Like, that's trash. Next thing you know, a month later, it's like not working properly, or like some shit's going wrong. Like, bro, they don't make shit like they used to in every way. And you know what's funny? Actually, that's one thing they use to like make inflation look like the CPI inflation look less. You can basically count items that are because they say they're more advanced technologically, so they actually makes them, even though they're so if they're the same price, it counts as it being cheaper because it has more technology in it.
Maybe.
Meanwhile, it's way shittier.
Facts.
So it's like the exact opposite.
Right. It's fucking retarded,
Hilarious
dude.
how that works.
Yeah, no, it's that shit is some doo-doo shit,
Oh,
bro.
They do this shit on purpose. That's the whole like keep you buying things. You know how it goes, man.
Ugh. All right, we're coming
A
up
lot
on
of shit
the hour and a
nowadays.
half mark now there, Wolf. We'll just give you a heads up.
Let me finish my rant though.
Go ahead. Floor is yours.
The whole thing is that our whole way of life right now is just not sustainable if you look at like just the science behind it. People have to be weary of that. I'm not saying like fucking have a fucking bomb shelter full of 1 million cans of fucking beans and shit. I'm just saying like just think logically, like start doing the math about like population, food control. Like, something has to kind of give. It's weird.
Right.
And just the way that we farm. The way that we farm is something needs to change. Maybe they'll have people eating bugs in the future. I don't know. Apparently they're telling us to the World Economic Forum is saying, hey, you should just be a vegetarian and eat bugs.
Right.
It's
Gee, I'm
getting
almost
weird, bro.
convinced that we're going to be living in caves in like 20, 30, 40 years.
You never know. Never know.
Like we're going to go back to like prehistoric times and shit.
I should start living in a cave now. That'd be dope. Grow my own food.
Yeah.
You just have to have internet. That's all. Yeah. I don't know. You guys want to wrap it up though?
Yeah, we'll wrap it up here in a second. Yeah.
Late. Ugh. I mean, growing your own food, you can't go wrong though. To be honest with you, not depending on the system, right?
Right.
If you don't know, man, food prices could go up.
And they will.
Oh, it's
they
not
will
a matter
go up.
of could. It's
It's
going
gonna
to
happen.
go up.
Yeah, it's gonna happen regardless.
Well, it's kind of like a shrinkflation kind of thing. Whereas like you're getting less food in your food. Already like the nutrients in our food is depleted by like 90%.
Right.
Like in general. That's kind of general, but it's different foods, but in general, like your fruits and veg, you're not getting nearly the nutrition that you should be getting. All fake shit, bro.
Right.
Just send me your WhatsApp fucking number and I can make you rich, bro. Like, straight up, friggin' I got this NFT of a bridge, like $1 million, bro.
Bro, fuck that, dude. But with that, though, man, we're going to go ahead and wrap this bitch up, man. I want to thank everybody in the chat for popping out. I know we didn't really have that big of an audience tonight, but I don't give a shit. I love doing these shows with Wolfflow, man.
Yep.
We talk about a lot of interesting shit. We get into some deep conversations about shit that we love and games that we love. So appreciate to everybody, man, for stopping by regardless, man. Hopefully you guys will check us out there on like in the after show and whatnot. So that kind of shit. And with that, man, we're out.